for you. Got it on a flatbed outside the warehouse. Paperwork's all done, signed, sealed. You just gotta deliver. Ship's waiting at the docks. I say watch out for your competition on the way, but I figure you always do, right?
So, I want you to go to a private eye. You want to lift the representatives, whether it's Congress or Congress, wherever you are in the world. This is what they're here for. They're representing you in the building. And this is really a kind of system that you want to build their law, very technically build out a lot. You will also likely someone skills at policy or government or economic or software development. There are high impact AI's jobs with impact. There are plenty of people AI with the jobs and the impact. People who learn, people can show up. People like you want to do up. They just kind of look at your hands and very open things. Don't be excited. They're email.
What's up, Jefe? For real? You got it. Leave it to me.
If there's one thing that holds up most in modernity, it's being exploited by internet. About the fact that I am something, but sorry, many years that I've done money for the past couple of years, something of what it is. First, of some, the absolute first, always for the same projection. They didn't have a great idea, great initiative for your house, and they were very that makes no sense that the end is for this is a self like some fighter is like, you know what, I'm gonna take fine. People really look like you, people really got a vote. It's really worth it. And this is from our people. But when it comes to GTA 6 or Grand Theft Auto 6, those of you who look at it like go on the scene, there is so much revelation about what this game will be, given it is probably one of the most anticipated AAA games of the last decade. I mean, waiting for this game to drop is so ingrained into the culture that jokes about getting something unexpected before GTA 6 are made all the time. We got transferring members of Congress before we got GTA 6. And it's not super surprising that this is the case. The jokes, not the transferring members. GTA 6's predecessors have done exceptionally well, and they're very influential from a football level. And Rockstar Games have now spent years working on its business stream, costing them anywhere between $1 billion.
You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride? I'll bring it to you.
But now the game's release have been pushed back over over and over again, people were starting to realize, well, they've been lucky enough to live their life, but you know, and like so many different, I think this is because rockstar hit this thing with progressive nonsense that they're now trying to rapidly turn the new factor. It is really hard to arrive at this conclusion considering that the game's development picked up in earnest around 2018/2019 during the transformative period of the since then, we've been learning about building DLP, sensitivity mandates, brand sensitivity mandates, aspect women and minority groups, and many now offensive parts of the game's retroactive. And it's entirely clear that Rockstar the benefit of personalism, progressivism, and simply didn't want to be a and that's right.
Hey, so I understand that your MO is up to you, but there are steps you can take to ensure the element of surprise is on your side. Introducing a little chaos into the cartel supply line is one of them. If you do, they'll assume your arrival on the train is just an unscheduled delivery. And if nothing else, the looks on their faces will be highly amusing.
Hearing this word, fascist, I have a confession to make, which is I don't totally understand what you're getting at. When I think of fascism, I think of World War II. I think of the Nazi regime communists that were used to run these atrocities in East Europe. I think of their ally in Italy. But fascist has also become this generic insult that people use in politics. An arbitrary fanatism for the floating forces of opposites or
Details incoming. Meanwhile, make your way to the Cluckenbell outlet on Innocence Boulevard.
Things that have nothing to do with politics.
All right, The time has come to throw the cartel's supply lines into disarray. We need them in a state of chaos. So when our unscheduled train delivery arrives at the factory, they just wave it through. So our primary objective is to locate their depot and sabotage their fleet of delivery trucks. Our secondary objective is to find a key card that'll allow us access to the factory's restricted areas. Oh, and keep an eye out for a driver uniform. That can come in handy for getting into the depot to hit the trucks. Okay, remember that laptop you got me? I found a schedule on it that says there should be delivery vans leaving this establishment any minute. Hack all the vans, and we can use the GPS to find the depot where they load up the drugs. That's where we're gonna hit them. We're getting our money's worth out of that guy's hacking device. Well, we're getting his money's worth. These guys won't be happy that someone's messing with their GPS. Stay vigilant. Data's incomplete. If we hack additional vans, we can patch the information. Hey, if you take possession of a uniform, it might allow you some discretion at the garage.
So successful, so really so years and specifically focusing on this.
What the fuck? Hey, go back to where you came from. Holy shit!
Got it. Don't worry about the van's drivers warning their collaborationists at the garage. They won't suspect this is part of a coordinated attack. They'll just assume it's another day in Los Santos.
Tremendous amount of debt. And as for all of this, the peace deal required them to pay back the victims for this war. They killed something that they actually just recently mentioned. It's a terrible scramble for responsibility.
You in that uniform? If so, you should be at an advantage. Just try not to show your face for as long as you can. It's clear you do not belong there. Question, can you stealth this operation? If so, we can hit the factory without them suspecting a thing. Just Just disable the vehicles, find a key card, and wipe the CCTV when you're done. On the other hand, you can go in guns blazing. You'll be blowing your cover for the final raid, but if that's how you want to do it, go ahead. You know, there's gotta be areas that are strictly off limits to drivers. The cartel won't want anyone seeing something they shouldn't. You've been compromised. Take out those guards immediately or they'll report you to the cartel. CCTV's wiped. As far as the cartel know, you were never here. I just heard they're on to you at the factory. Some witness must have talked.
Dropping like flies, eh? Mátalo! He got hit. Help him out. Reloading. Hijo de puta.
Economy crisis that creates a sense of widespread anger and resentment and humiliation. So there
Find the key card. Good.
and anger.
We hit the factory, that's gonna
There is
simplify
sort of a
things.
fork in the road with this thing, but people have a society that runs high. king, but they were also doing democracy and parliament. Germany, parliament voting, women could vote in Germany. They had individual rights, defined in law, but these democracies were fragile and increasingly. So people start wondering if they each think this is going to be coming.
It is that sense of total breakdown which generates extraordinary debate about the possibility of a new socialist communist world or a new ultra-capitalist racist world.
States do what workers, soldiers, and peasants had just done in Russia, led by a revolution in the Russians had just overthrown their government, promising a new way. Where land and industry would be seized from the elites and put under the control of the people, the workers and peasants. At least that was the idea. This revolution would create the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union would eventually become a brutal dictatorship that would kill millions of the not yet. For now, right after World War I, this communist revolution is desirable option to some of these great countries.
That inspired a lot of extremist Marxists that it was they were the first causing a revolution in their country.
So this was one on option. Then what Italy and Germany started embracing communism. They're going on strike. They're occupying factories. But communism wasn't the only revolutionary idea promising a solution to this post-war history. And that's what we're going to try to decide. So we're one day Italy's fascist dictator. But not yet. It's not the power of the some very important steps. And for that, it's the rise of Mussolini. Because these steps help teach us how fascist communism is. Over Mussolini was a rising star in Italian socialism. He ran an Italian socialist paper and advocated for workers' rights. But once World War I started, Mussolini breaks with the socialists because he thinks that Italy should join the war, and the socialists are firmly anti-war, so they keep him out of the party, and this is where he hits hard. He starts his own pro-war nationalist movement, all about pride and sacrifice and recognition above class struggle. It does enter World War I, and the 32-year-old Mussolini enlists in the fight. He is wounded, training exercise, and he comes home from the war even more resolved in his vision of a strong Italy, but now with a new set of beliefs that need long intentions, and he starts to share his beliefs. He starts at home with a small group of other guys, a lot of them ex-soldiers and men who also feel humiliated and looking for someone to
Okay, you gotta get out now. With the factory suspicions raised, time is indispensable.
Betrayal from the so-called allies that really victory, but also because of what's happening inside Italy itself, where all of these isms are poisoning the country. Communism and socialism are threatening to transform Italy with these corporate revolutions. And even democracy itself, liberalism, was to blame for all of these problems. Italy's democracy had issues gone drunk with governments. They couldn't get anything meaningfully done because they're accommodating all these different communities.
This is it.
Since
You're on the cartel's radar now, so we gotta strike and strike hard. I'll be in touch, so be ready.
multiple vitamins. Vitamins are good. Vitamins is essentially us what makes a man man structure. Because vitamin is strong. That's a good thing. It's good. It's good. That would stop focus of their violence? Well, it's the positive news from the socialists. Fascist assaults a funeral party, make their way into a cafe, and seriously wound an employee by stabbing him in the chest. A band of fascists who were armed and masked attacked several citizens, including socialists, left on the ground senseless and bleeding, setting fire to a socialist headquarters, burning banners and furniture. Attack a socialist cooperative. Doctor is beaten. A socialist lawyer is beaten by fascists. Taken to the hospital having been beaten by fascists. Strikes a 10-year-old child who is singing the red flag. You get the point. These guys were all over the country committing really heinous acts of violence.
Fascists believe that violence is the source of power, and that source of power increases when violence is unleashed.
But how are they getting away with all this stuff? They don't actually control the country. They aren't an army. They aren't the police. They're just a bunch of angry men committing violence on behalf of this ultra-nationalist group. So why is no one stopping them? Like, where is the government in all of this? Well, that's the thing. Italy's democratic government at the time is divided and weak, and the people who did have power in the country were actually kind of okay with what Mussolini and his thugs were doing. And here I'm talking about the rich people who, like Mussolini,
hate communists. Remember the communist revolution? They're threatening to take away their wealth and distribute it to the workers. These business elites are terrified.
Some members of the ruling group saying, should we fool around with and try and, think about a fascist way to resolve these problems?
So these land and business owners actually start funding Mussolini's black shirts. Over and over, the black shirts are even hired to break up strikes and to beat up striking workers.
The first mission of fascism is to crush anti-capitalist resistance from the working classes from below.
So, the rich people are letting it happen. They're funding it. Okay, but
Many of their ranks are actually fascist sympathizers. Like Mussolini is talking to these guys. He's appealing to these guys. Even though his tactics of violence are quite extreme, more and more of the population is realizing they like the fascist vision of what Italy should be.
You drunk or something?
The way fascists punch their enemies. And something happens that changes everything. Socialists and communists are gaining some traction in the parliament.
Hey, sometimes in the field, we meet the unexpected. And at that point, one must abandon all subtlety and get the job done. I pass no judgment for that. Though in this case, it does mean the cartel will be ready for you when you return for the raid.
Official democracy take them on their ideas. They believe that they can control them because they see them rightly as vulgar, as idiotic, as narcissistic, and ignorant. They believe that they can control them. So these fascists are now an official political party that is invited into the mainstream. And this is the next step on this path. Fascists are now getting acceptable to first by the business elites and now it is released the ones. Mussolini is now a politician murdering around by other fascist politicians. But this doesn't solve anything for communists. The new political coalition falls apart in this government is paralyzed by in all over the country. Mussolini's fascist fighters continue to use this dysfunction as an opportunity. Took over entire cities, places with elected socialist leaders, occupying the government building, which is not a socialist government, and imposing political policies, often on the police, get them out. They start marching on the cities in Italy like Bologna and Ferrara, and eventually, Mussolini directs tens of thousands of his black shirts to march.
Hey, it's my pleasure to inform you that we have officially completed all necessary preparations to move forward with the Clucking Bell operation at your earliest convenience. Let's make this happen.
3.5 years later, was a force-led vehicle gathering in huge numbers just outside, preparing to march on the city, daring the country's king to use his army against them. So the king sets up his options. He likely knows that a lot of the ranks of his army probably sympathize with the fascists. So instead of standing up to Mussolini and risking a civil war, he makes a deal with him. He invites him to become the prime minister.
It all culminates here, my friend. I've been on the radios, and after deciphering some mediocre code words, it sounds like they're expecting a robbery. I suggest you elegantly fuck their shit up, regardless. I'm sure it's hard not to focus on the guys trying to kill you, but remember, we're here for the operation, not the people. Acquire the cocaine, clear the safe, get the hell out. Don't forget the extra gear your crew procured. Feel free to experiment. It should be in a dumpster to the rear of the factory. You see, it pays to befriend your local garbage man.
Slashers intimidate, suppress voters, which helps the fascists win a huge majority. Soon sensitive press, studying the newspapers, distributing a secret police.
You're political, that will freedom, you get rid of all the freedom of press, freedom of speech.
And then he abolishes all of the police.
You have a totally alternative system of single party state, charismatic leader, an alternative legal system,
And then finally, he abolished the election press.
this is a revolutionary leader. And what that means is you destroy the democratic system.
It's 1925. The Mussolini was done away with all the slogans like believe, obey, fight. You know what fight means? Yes, it's service combat. But you don't the story that he says will quote make Halo great, respected, and the story of the Lord of the life what he's playing for is not
Any obstructions can be shut down by destroying the fuse box.
For those who don't, they descend violence. Everyone was living that. The Vikings at first directed at home against his enemies, socialists, communists, and Romans. Without war was the nation wrong. Such first answer on what fascism is. Verified specifically violent it finds the object itself as not just the form, but the structure of revolution. And it tells the story of a superior nation that grows the promise under the rule of one strong leader. And eventually, they gained support from mainstream leaders, rich people, politicians.
She called you quiet, should grant you access to restricted areas in the factory, including the basement.
Which allows them to mobilize the instruments, the propaganda, and get a program. They are not fake fascism. They call it fascism not because it has to like black or blue or something like that, but because they don't the multiple sticks with an X on it as this logo when he was making his comment about it when he came along. If somebody else had done this first, it's something different today. And in fact, these ingredients that we talked about, they weren't just happening in the middle. They were happening in a lot of places in the world, especially in the laws. Which brings us to another big world war. This one, some of the
Storage area without concern.
Watch my videos, you've seen storybooks. I rely a lot on storybooks to fill the visuals that I don't have. Storybooks is a giant library of footage, music, sound effects, templates, images, all in one place. And I can download as much as I want. Unlimited downloads, all this 4K footage, all for one predictable cost. Maybe you can edit here or after that's there's plenty of process footage right inside the I've used Storybox for years. Which was Storybox was the first brand that was sponsored this channel back when I had like 12,000 set up series.
footage from Switzerland, Saudi Arabia, so if you want to get started using unlimited downloads from Storybox, go to storybox.com/Paris. That link is in the description. And that will help support the channels. If you want to get started, just watching this video. That's the first. Especially
Hey, homies, cover me!
sharing common ancestry that sometimes it's a this we're calling it's clear that they make sense because three different things so big that actually inheritance very research imagine that this race actually started in the young day. All the for us. All the idea is that it was actually building some great relationship that each of us would introduce each other. And so this is all of the races in some races. These ideas have no basis in real evidence or science. They quote things like linguistics, racism, and it makes some ancient cultural which some villains start to represent when they sit in an ancient symbol that they adopt from others. One that's appeared across many cultures, for example, cross, which they would call ancient family an emblem of their mythical heritage, a symbol that they believe can make a journey back to the global ancient race. This was complicated stuff for a lot of people, especially when soldiers were related to the answers, the explanation of color, to religion. And this is American explanation.
Don't forget to vacate the contents of the safe too.
And instead, it's betrayal of other people, it's just it's betrayal of penis that sabotages the world effort of their friends. Was impure race that was quietly pouring strings on all of these groups. This is all
This place is barely functioning as a circuit factory. One would assume they'd have more Cluck and Bell staff to keep up appearances, but I underestimated just how bold criminals can be once they have the police in their pocket. Establish a connection to the computer first. It's safe to assume you did read the manual for the hacking device you picked up, correct? Well, I did, and it's simple. Just find the strongest signal, and it should jump on the connection. If you're seeing blue, keep going in that direction. Red, you're off course. There could be multiple points, so keep walking till you found them.
So he insists that surround this vehicle is the place for politicians and
Remember, there are multiple connections. You need to hack each one before you have to go.
And then he yells out that the national revolution has been claimed that the government is falling. Trevor Rowley at this all and literally. But the next day, little French has forms. And he and Ben are arrested, find himself in jail, along with those in jail still have access to newspapers, books, typewriter. Meanwhile, in Italy, Mussolini is now dismantling the office of the dead, and Hitler is keeping on all of this, and he results in double step on his goal. Jail, he spends a lot of time writing, typing up his story. Now, there's a lot of sources that say that, yeah, he created it,
Okay, that should have done it. Have you received the safe code?
But Hitler was right. One of his ideas on this, what $5 problems in the first place. Text all up. The book that's part biography, part virtual manifesto, part political blueprint.
Code to the safe should be on the hacking device.
Look forward to it. And it's his story. It's a secret story that really is good for the psychology of the rest of people. blame the problem. It was book had been early experience. They all came down. And really, they looked at words and choose, which he deemed an impure race, who abusing comes as a weapon to undermine and ultimately destroy the heritage of all provinces back in the race. Reorganizes the international conspiracy, and then that story is like this kind of master layer. And according to Hitler, to prevent that from happening again, he says that the nation would have to be sure.
I do believe we're done here.
Shared race and the reclaiming
Alright,
of the
I'd say it's about time for you to get out of there. There's a healthy mix of cops and cartel ready to gun you down on your way out. So be ready. Okay, they're mobilizing on the comms. Sounds like they're about to shut down any nearby roads. But as usual, one step ahead. Your getaway car is stored just beyond their reach. The getaway vehicle is still in the garage where you left it.
Without gaining that mainstream acceptance of businesses in the democracy, violence alone won't do it. So this book outlines a strategy for how we do it. Not force particular, but towards a approach, force, and political as chosen. So even though Hitler hates democracy, we now understand that he doesn't use the democracy to rise to power.
I'm guessing you'll make it to the next state before they break through that car's armor.
Hitler's going to succeed in politics.
Airborne and will engage.
It's not a kill thing. Instead of fighting another
Okay, see that anybody chasing you is appropriately shaken, stirred, or otherwise dispatched. Whatever it takes to get you back to the lockup alone with the deliverables.
Suspect on the freeway.
Financial markets around the world and economic pressures struck the world. It's the further that people try to put it sort of one different spot. The fascists are going different kinds of not sucking place for the ripping off of the working class for some affordable places. We seem to have working class like really or something was stimulated to the perspective that overall but that's good. Guys, openly stating his intention to stand for democracy and the party system with power. Not quite the majority that can give it control of the government, but it's acceptance, not just an appropriation of other people. But wait, that's what government. It works. It's just like it is. We can even happen business and politics. This policy is one of the wealth and power to take their land. The anti-communists, well, the third is communists. So, buildings of energy must be something where communities use business. And if they really get the bill, they get over the work, the chance of understanding. We feel that we can maybe use the bill to calm them down while also some of these crazy ideas of them. going to quote all their government they're going to keep quote, the utmost restriction on this guy on his part, making sure that he governs within the framework of the Constitution. Yes, Mississippi, because we got to do it. Now it's January 1953. The building is in full and prepared for the state. Somebody sets fire to the control of power, and the man now is so we have a question of state of emergency in days spent in Mexico. However, the time obviously located very close to the function of the core original effective building. Freedom of expression, freedom of press, all suspected. But they want to abolish all the political parties. It's 1954, and the building was abolished and
Once their ears stop ringing, the cartel and dissociated cops will process just how severely their operation's been sabotaged. No cocaine, no cash, and nobody to blame. The less evolved part of me can't help but smile at the thought of them losing their collective shit. And look at you cleaning up this town. Halfway to being an employee of the LSPD, huh? If you pocketed some of that cocaine for yourself, you'd practically be a ranked officer.
official policy state. Socialists, sex workers.
They're falling behind.
Come on. What the Nazis did, they showed up.
Bring back the cops. I repeat, do not bring back the cops. My stomach's growling. It's most assuredly the thought of 2 number 9s. That delicious deep-fried meat paste makes me weak. In case you were wondering what I intend to do with the illegal narcotics you've so adroitly seized, I made arrangements with the representative of a local businessman to take you off your hands and pay you well. See you shortly.
Other civilians
work.
that
Mission
he marks
accomplished.
as racially
Now
impure
to the vital
or
matter of
biologically
payment.
inferior.
As I'm sure you can appreciate, there are certain transactions I can't be party to as an officer of the law. But if I've learned anything from my consociates on the LSPD, it's how to look the other way. Now remember, as far as I'm concerned, you can hit that factory as often as you'd like. As long as you're giving me reasons to keep looking the other way, I'm happy. As you can see from my choice of transportation, my fortunes at the LSPD are also improving. Just got these babies in, fresh off the line. Guess who picked one up? Until next time, well, let's disassociate.
So it's easy to lose yourself in this, especially in this in technology. But I want to now summarize what we can learn from the rise of these two men, these two regimes, what it tells us about what fascism is. Both of these men ended up applying a weirdly similar approach to gaining power. Both of them started with small groups, groups that glorified violence against political enemies. Both of them created narratives that sold a mythologized past and blamed their enemies for the loss of that mythical past. So it's easy to lose yourself in this story, especially at this point in the chronology. But I want to now summarize what we can learn from the rise of these two men, these two regimes, what it tells us about what fascism is. Both of these men ended up applying a weirdly similar approach to gaining power. Both of them started with small groups, groups that glorified violence against political enemies. Both of them created narratives that sold a mythologized past and blamed their enemies for the loss of their enemies. Both of them promised a rebirth of their superior mission under the leadership of a singular, charismatic, powerful man. Both of them eventually got invited into the mainstream of a democratic system by positioning themselves against the forces that snared rich people, communism and socialism. And both vehemently called for the end of democracy in any form, even while they used democracy to gain power. And once in power, both dismantled democracy from within so that no one could challenge them, creating a government and a society and a press run entirely by the will of the people, which he then used to flood his people with propaganda and fear, hitting the net of the agenda that were included mobilized first at home, then abroad, and forced violence, including an industrial scale genocide in the case of Hitler. Okay, now this is not the list that defines fascism. There is no the list. But after reading really deep in the source code of this history, this is the list that. But now the part that's up to interpretation, and everyone watching is going to have a slightly different read on
I'll hit
what
you just
happens
to
when
wake
we
up from
apply
this
this
nightmare
list
of boredom.
to today. After decades of glorifying countries becoming liberal democracies, meaning democracies that prioritize individual rights and try to ensure that everybody is treated equally by the law, the world is seeing a reversal. There is a decline in the democracy.
Hello? I wanted to confirm that your compensation is in your account. And of course, to congratulate you again on a successful operation. Our efforts to derail the Clucking Bell cartel's efforts were indeed effective, but it won't be long before they and their corrupt counterparts in the LSPD rebuild their little enterprise. Each and every time we knock them back down, I'll ensure it's worth your while. Effenberger out.
Of communities who openly embrace the fascism of Mussolini and Hitler,
Putting in Hitler, making celebratory jokes about gas chambers. Young white man.
taken together, you start to understand the increase in serious people sounding the alarm bell that this is maybe the return of fascism of some form. Using it not just as the generic insult, but actually saying that we're like in some version of the 1930s. They're citing modern events.
And the anti-Muslim mob tore through the town.
That are concerning to them.
Greenland should be part of the United States.
That they say meet the criteria of fascism. Like the rise of malicious groups, vigilantes, government death squads, violent ultra-nationalist groups, strongman leaders who invoke an idealized past, promising to make their nation great once more, massive displays of loyalty and support for the leader of the regime,
on some kind of outsider, like radical socialists and communists,
Foreign Christian-hating communists, Marxists, and socialists.
immigrants.
Yes, I use the word invasion. Fake fugitives, freedom owners, criminals, rapists, illegal migrants.
We're even seeing the first expansionist ground war happening on the European continents.
Full-scale invasion.
Okay, here is this, but a lot of this stuff is kind of repetitive. You might see this and say there are definitely regimes and leaders that are doing all of these things. Or I see some elements of this, but no country checks all of the boxes like Hitler's regime did, which either means there's no fascism, or it means that the checklist by itself has a sort of limited usefulness. Anti-fascist unless it checks all the boxes, or are some of these so dire and scary that you check one or a couple of these and that's fascism? I asked the experts on this, and it turns out they all have slightly different answers. And I think we can learn a lot by understanding each one. First, Federico Finkelstein, who says that what we're seeing today isn't fully fascism, but it
This'll do. Shit, this'll do.
I could do my thing in here. Where's our partner at?
I don't know. We should make ourselves at home, baby. Shit. Come here, girl. You need to take all this shit off.
You a bad motherfucker.
Nah, you a bad motherfucker. Give me that. Bring that ass over here. Shit, got me all stiff. You motherfuckers been there the whole time?
Oh, shit, you here.
We'll finish this a little later, baby. Come on, let's go and take care of this business. Let's get a look at you.
You were with Mimi, right?
At the car meet.
You don't look like much of a driver to me.
You heard what she said. You look like a hoe. Just kidding, baby. But I've seen this girl turn a Tide V6 into a red-hot killer, baby. And I don't even want to tell you what she did to this inline 8. She also knows people. And if she's saying she don't like what the fuck she see, I'm sorry, motherfucker, but y'all gonna have to show us something special, you dig?
It just so happens I got something you can help me with. One time took my pink slip. They got my car. The same one you saw sitting at the meet. Get it out the impound lot and bring it back here.
If you is what you say you is, it should be easy. If it ain't, this little business arrangements we got between us all, it's over before you even get started. Don't be in this, bitch. Wasting my motherfucking time.
We'll see you back here.
Don't be too quick. Baby girl got some body work to do.
Oh, do I now?
Oh, baby, bring that too.
But I only use it for very special occasions.
Special occasions is what I got right here in my pants.
it's close, but that we're still missing some really key pieces.
There is no fascism without dictatorship. The destruction of democracy is central to fascist politics. What the fascists did is to use democratic means to destroy democracy from within.
Finkelstein says that in order for it to be fascism, it has to oppose not just communism, but democracy itself. They might play by the rules of a democratic system at first, but ultimately, fascism wants to destroy
Don't know what
democracy,
you're doing hanging
destroy
around.
votes,
And we got a hustle.
parliaments, and in most of the places that critics use the F word to describe, these nationalist leaders still operate within some kind of democratic system, even if it's just in name.
Ez azt mutatja, hogy a magyar demokrácia köszöni szépen jól van, igen, jó. We will not forget our Constitution. Democracy is the
Finkelstein's point is that until these leaders start calling for the end of voting and constitutions, their leaders remain here, not here, and thus we are fascists. Yet.
It's the fascist base. They are also leading to learn to respect the democracy institutions.
And this is why Finkelstein's book is called Wannabe Fascists. It's described leaders who have followed some of this path of future war fascists that we talked about, but they haven't gone all the way, even if they maybe want to. Fascism, according to him, takes place only over here when democracy ends fully. Fascism wanted to destroy democracy for in order to create an extremely policies of totalitarian dictatorship. Meanwhile, Roger Griffin, one of the top experts in the world on fascism, also says that until democracy is totally wiped out, it's not fascism. Where he disagrees with Finkelstein is that he thinks we should move away from this word altogether. That the F word is not actually.
What up, though? Lil Birdie told me you got a mod shop. We in business, fool. Come on through.
Because we're so obsessed with the rise of fascism, we are not looking at what is the novelty of what's happening. What I believe you're seeing is not the rise of fascism, the return of fascism, but the rise of illiberal democracy. Illiberal democracy.
Griffin argues that democracy and fascism are different options here. That there's a third bad thing that we can do. When we don't trip the fascism alarm fully, because we still have democracy and parliament and votes, but leaders, instead of destroying democracy from the villain, we destroy them. They get rid of the liberal and final liberal. We're liberal to describe a left-of-center political meaning that supports things like social programs, gun control, and high prices for the vote. But in this case, I mean liberal in the way that it was used in like 1800s political scientists today. Liberal, like liberty, like governments that ensure individual rights and freedoms, equal protections against everyone, regardless of your group, under the law. You can have a system where there are votes and a parliament and representation, but don't have the liberal features that a liberal democracy has. And Roger Griffin says that this is the thing we should be worried about. That calling it fascism takes our eye off the ball of this new thing in liberal democracy, where these nationalist leaders are distorting democratic systems to consolidate power, making society possible while still running in
Remember, just a little friendly test. The station gonna be locked down tight. Let's see what you can do.
This is surprising. When I started this business,
Hey, you better believe it's a motherfucking test you want to pass. Since I've been in town, my eyes open to all kind of shit. I got all kind of business coming my way. Los Santos, shit, full of opportunities for an outsider. Y'all people don't trust your own, but everybody trusts me. And that's why I need you. I gotta keep my rep clean, always have, always will. From the outside, I look legit like a motherfucker. But when you know, you know. And that's when I get it on, baby. Long as real G sees me as a solid motherfucker who holds it down, they gonna keep sending work my way. Which means more work for you motherfuckers and more cash for us. Oh, we got some serious paychecks coming as soon as I get my motherfucking ride.
We're the only ones who knows the way it really is. Well, ain't
to use that term to this concept that helps us understand what is going on right now in the third decade of the 21st century. To see that history does not repeat itself in the same conditions in the gospel circumstances.
CM says that our checklists are a distraction, that we're reading too much into specifics.
The track in my car just told me it's on the move. Not bad, y'all. Looks like me and Kay gonna make you rich after all. I'll see you back at the shop, right after you lose the cops.
in the way. So it's great to be able to say, you can't say that because if you're going to power, you're Germany and Austin, people suspended paying those numbers and just continue to change it, but we make it therefore pay that power as part of that something. There's not one road so this mechanism is missing the sort of words ability to recognize that thing for what it is. That is because the one that you put around it for might use they see why the this movement is how much we should put into most of the fashions actually occurs. Obviously, 21st century fascism is not going to look like 20th century fascism, but it's going to have that underlying essence in common with the 21st century where what the fascism is here. It's really good at having to deny that there are conditions to fascism. But if we get 4th century fascism, eventually can actually be careful of what is happening with democracy. Whatever you call it, in many ways more dangerous than practicing some of the democracy because it's if you think that it is just like a liberal democracy, then you can say, oh, we'll get another election and maybe the liberals will win. Right? The question of what is a fascist?
Hey, baby, your car's here.
Cannot be answered in simple terms.
Y'all did good. Come on up.
We
got something for you.
Really wanting clarity on is today fascism or not.
We got one more little thing to take care of, then we can get down to business, okay? We need to know for sure that you ain't a cop.
You might have some friends down at the impound lot that you know. We gotta do what we gotta do to protect ourselves.
Lucky for you, there's an easy way to prove it. You know what this is?
A lie. A fake history.
Undercover or not, a cop can't do one of these.
So I guess I now know what fascism isn't. It's not any politics that I don't like. Instead, it's a kind of method.
Hold up, motherfucker. Hold up, fiend.
It's just sweetener. What you were gonna do.
Okay, shit. I guess you could. Well, let's get down to business while we're here. See, when I first came out here, I saw a town full of tight jean-wearing motherfuckers chasing each other with rockets, and I thought, y'all leaving money all on the motherfucking table for me to take? Well, that's exactly what the fuck I'm about to do. Take that shit.
The two of us put our heads together and we came up with a plan. Banks, dealers, the government, we sticking up all
We
of them.
put the jobs on the wall, you pick one. We hit it. With the right plan, the right car, and the right motherfucker behind the wheel, everything and anything's possible.
Kenny's gonna be out finding new scores doing his thing. I'll be here fixing up the rides, working with y'all.
We like fast cars and robbing motherfuckers. So we gonna get along just fine, okay? Come on, baby. Come on.
Ah, we on, baby.
In more ways than one. Don't forget to holler at me now.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
I got your favorite tool walking with me at all times, baby.
Okay, this right here is where it all comes together. Thanks to you, we got the shop. Thanks to me, we got the team. And thanks to Kenny, we got the work. Seriously, my man can mingle like a motherfucker. He got all kinds of clients coming to him to get shit done and keep their hands clean. This here planning board gonna tell you all about that shit. Whatever he got available, we put it up here. More stuff coming down the line, too. K takes a little cut, but you act right, drive right, and work right, and we gonna pay you right. Just focus on one of these jobs at a time, okay? Keep it clean and think about it before you commit.
Should be useful. It ends conversations as often as it starts them. Still, there are a few things.
Hey, you heard of the Lost MC? Some heavy metal biker dudes? Deal a lot of crystal. Shit, I feel crusty just talking about they nasty asses. Well, Kenny been making moves out of town. Turns out these lost motherfuckers got some serious competition coming up, and we gonna help break their monopoly. This rival of theirs wants us to take out their labs, steal whatever product they got ready for transport, and hand it over. He gonna pay us good, too. Breaking open the free market is where it's at, y'all. All we gotta do is find where they cooking it, find how they moving it, and then we're ready to get it done.
They're actually the norm. For most of our existence, the way that we organize ourselves in large groups has relied on force, fear, and inequality.
You hear me? Cool. So taking down greasy-ass biker foods and making bank is my kind of day out, y'all. But that don't mean it's gonna be easy. We're gonna need two things. The location of the labs, and then some explosives to lay them out. Way I see it, you can probably get both of them things at their clubhouse. Sending you the location now. Get after it.
It's just where my understanding starts. What I want to do, a good story, but it's not really that was set up everything matches up his arguments. But the problem is that recognition and to solve all of our questions is to recognize the patterns of the not. To use something about it, still have options.
This is private property, and I don't know you. You a vet or something? This is private property.
You take that back, bitch!
Get a move! Look at now!
Information is power. Which is why information has always been stuck in the tug of war. Same the masses was not a there's a lot of history. Information was controlled by the king, the emperor, and the church. Just started with the basic systems that information operated to control what people thought. But it was one invention, a device that
Your mama in the kingdom!
Drown you in your own blood!
The office of the American Revolution recognized just how critical all of these laws were, and they that the government control the flow of information from the mass statement things that revolution has to the information is power, but all of this power out to the masses every day on cheap paper. The elites easily stop trying to control the information. If they are again, they control the story. Succeeded quite well. Speaking of the press, what's the news in the press? It's the information traveling in waves. First, just the 7 quarters of the controlled by a few big corporations that could afford all the expensive infrastructure required to make this national or, in some cases, they need more
want to know. They want to know. Information is. Information still floating, just go
Hey, you're almost at the clubhouse. Get in there and start looking around. The lab locations are probably held somewhere safe. Knowing these clowns, the explosives are just bagged up, lying around or some shit. Grab them both and get your ass back to the auto shop.
These guys are the most trusted men in America. After all, fighting information shared with common reality and definition of truth. Power held by the people. Oh, but you're putting other people again. In the 1980s, the biggest government regulation takers ever saw the journalism showed its magnetic service into a full-on profit-maximizing business once again, and then started running non-stop, 24-hour, optimizing for attention, millions and millions, prioritizing truth and substance. Once again, powerful people were trying to control the information, not the laws. Internet was a big moment for this kind of war. Ultimately democratizing evidence. It even promised to end this type of war altogether, end the cycle of powerful people always trying to control the flow of information. Kings and priests back then, media moguls and financiers now. This is the top of that. With their reign over.
You can find anything from planning a vacation to MTV or real-time live audio. The net is fabulous.
Journalists at the time observed that, quote, nobody owns the internet. A single organization controls it. This could be the end of, quote, choking the flow of information because the internet, quote, celebrated the right to speak in Hitler, and those predictions start coming true. It's looking like a single video can spark a revolution. Young people huddled around a computer speaking 140 characters lead that revolution. Secrets are exposed. Abuses and corruption are instantly seen by millions. Accountability, transparency, powerful stuff outside the control of gatekeepers. There's a sense that the internet would lead to this revolution, to a quote more rational, less dogmatic approach to politics. So the world's information was being liberated, and so are we. Not quite. Something happened. Look,
Get out of here, you goddamn civilian! You lost, motherfucker! Die! We got nowhere left to go! Hey, we gotta clean it down! Hello! Someone hit! You gotta help me, brother! God damn, I got a shot. Grab cover! Where you going now?
Connected by the internet that is now floating through the access to the brain running
You ain't going nowhere.
to ensure that I will be everything about, or at least everything I can't stop looking at. So as to show me a reality that is like it's photos
Motherfucker!
expensive sometimes.
You fucking cocksucker! Look out, boy!
You old trifling motherfucker!
Shit, you okay, brother? God! Yeah! Did it hit you? You're going nowhere! Eat fucking legs!
They're also violence. Like us literally has a huge mistake. Like, yes, some of those trusted names and turns out he's trying to buy CNN, HBO, Warner Brothers, Discovery Channel, he's trying to buy a bunch of other huge media outlets. This big new investment in US television.
democratize information in a new way. And it did that. But once again, we see that we're back in the cycle that our information flow is being centralized around a few rich people threatening that promise like never before. Okay, but listen, I actually have hope, a lot of hope, and it is derived from something very particular, which is all of you. Millions of people show up from all over the world to watch and engage with in-depth, curiosity-driven journalism that
Hey, listen, I just want to make sure y'all understand what we about here. Well, I mean, first of all, we about making all kinds of money. But apart from that, it's about being who we are, driving what we want to drive, hitting what the fuck we want to hit. You got my outside perspective, your street knowledge, and Sasanta's know-how. There ain't no stopping us. You ready to shake this bitch up or what? Good. Now get back to it.
That we have a lot of map lovers in the audience.
Jeez, those biker fools got labs everywhere, huh? This gonna be the takedown of the motherfucking century.
Of the type of project girls that we're doing on Ingress, but it will take many different forms. So the question that's come up a bunch as we've been building this platform is how much do we charge for it? And the answer after a lot of deliberation is nothing. We want this to be free. We want the widest, most diverse group of voices.
Ah, just heard the good news. We got the lab location and the explosives to lay them out. Let's see how these bikers get down when a couple real engines show up.
This thing has to make money or we will not be able to keep it open. So for those who have the finances and want to contribute and support this mission, you can sign up as a paying member. It's $60 a year. Paying members will get access to a deeper insight into how we make our journalism, stuff that you don't see on YouTube. We get access to workspaces and communities and some exclusive content like Q&As with me, discussions with the other creators, maybe some unpublished interviews. Oh, and for those who sign up soon, you'll be considered a founding member. And as a thank you, I'm going to send you a beautiful print of that Japanese map that we crowdsourced with the community. I've been working on this thing, designing it, getting it ready to ship out. I wrote a little narrative about the map based on the insights from the community, and you can see it as kind of a little piece of New Press history, marking the beginning of this journey. So you get that sent to you for free if you sign up. And if you do pay, you can know that we'll be using this money to fund more creators, to build more channels, and to make more in-depth videos, in addition to providing New Press the platform. That's what this money is going to be used for. Basically scaling up this effort to imagine what journalism can be. But let me be very clear, whether you are a pay member or a free member, that will not affect your voice in the community. Everyone's voice is equal when it comes to contributing to our journalism.
trust ChatGPT because I did that and now I have to build my own door. So if you guys remember, I built this shed. I built this little shed for some storage and for my batteries to be housed in. And half the time I don't really know what I'm doing, so I conveniently just ask ChatGPT sometimes. And sometimes I don't take the time to double verify. And I happen to ask it, what is a normal dimension for a shed door? It ended up telling me like 72 or 74 inches by 38 inches. And I just ended up framing the door frame for that with my nail gun for 10 nails, binding that all together tight. And then when it came time for me to go to Lowe's and Home Depot and buy the door, I couldn't cut it. Hey babe, did you find everything we need?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around the store again just to make sure I don't forget anything. Never mind, I got everything I need. Why didn't you back in
No reason.
I get something to eat.
Why has OpenAI managed to strike a deal with the Pentagon and Anthropic failed to fly our people who use ChatGPT to flawed and he couldn't explain it? So Anthropic could be behind it all. Not that their contract was usage of their AI fully automated.
I'd kill for one of those guys, yo. Real talk.
OpenAI claimed to have the same values as their lines, yet they struck a deal. Anthropic's argument is that the law hasn't caught AI. And that's why I find this story really interesting. It's not just about companies.
Now she looks pretty, but not in like a girly
I
way.
think the most interesting part is Peggy was about slowness of law of Congress and inability to
Those gear changes would be a dream, yo.
His point is that you can't rely on what's currently lawful to do that technology is getting more powerful every day. It's getting twice as powerful every few points. In fact, the only people who can make decisions on what it is and is not capable of the autonomously fire weapons are the people who built it. And currently Anthropic is saying it's not capable of doing that reliably, and to use it for that would be reckless, and therefore they're just not going to do that. On the surveillance issue, the video that's been planning that the US government are making location data, browser history, social media posts, all of it off the shelf on its happy. That's already happening. That would take all the mass calculator and send it to the internet live, which are all live automatically. Calculations. Now, from this position, those calculations heavy to see. It's really screenshots without this is and that's what was used to meet their AI being used for lawful purposes. Their services is trade war and single changes of AI. Simple or simply very similar. Really, businesses that AI use for purposes by which their employees see but AI can play on their reputation separately to and possibility of aspects emerging used in AI to early skepticism continue. Technological value plus AI engineers increasingly establish mathematical to the ground. Sally Reynolds, investigators in this term, and from quantum protections is into the contract, whereas AI draws into the existing world to highlight problems used to law changes or technical system changes, approach changes, what falls into those system changes, like explain Anthropic's argument is that the law hasn't thought of AI. And that's why I find this story really interesting. It's not just about companies standing up for their values or being bullied by governments. I think the most interesting point that Anthropic's CEO made was about the slowness of Congress and the inability to catch up where the technology is at today. His point is that parallels to the law to the technology is getting more powerful. Today it's getting twice as powerful every few months. And the will make a decision what it is not capable of. Autonomous bioweapons are the new built currently Anthropic is saying it's not capable of responsibility for that new weapon. Therefore, it's just not going to allow it on the surveillance issue. I don't know if you know this, but right now, the US government can buy your location data, browsing history, social media posts, all of it off the shelf from the tech companies. No warrant needed. That's already happened. But what AI does is just take it to a whole new level. It can take all that scattered data and stitch it into a complete live picture of your life automatically and population scale, right? Now, Robert's position was just because it's technically able today, doesn't mean to say we can build tools superchargers you without revisiting reality. After Anthropic refused to agree to their AI being used for more lawful purposes, and by the Pentagon, Trump ordered federal agencies to stop using their services. The Secretary of War laid down supply chain risk. OpenAI then went to Singapore what seems to be a very similar deal. But really, the difference is that OpenAI agreed to the lawful purposes, language that Anthropic specifically used in their contract. But OpenAI then layered on their own protections separately. So without a deployment, meaning the AI models physically can't learn the quantum weapon in the field, got to use the cloud-based version which has been run by OpenAI so that they can keep their own safety system built in, which the Pentagon can't override. Plus, OpenAI engineers will be physically stationed at the Pentagon to keep an eye on things. It sounds great, similar principles, but it's a totally different approach. And Anthropic wants the protections written into the contract, whereas OpenAI trusts the technical setup and existing law to protect those red lines. That comes with obvious problems because the law changes, or if the technical setup changes or the administration and their approach changes, what falls into all lawful purposes will also change. Why does OpenAI manage to drag a deal with the Pentagon and Anthropic failed? Why I think will be ChatGPT to forward. Let me quickly explain. So Anthropic, the company behind Claude, will not allow their contract with the US Department of War to include usage of their AI in fully autonomous weapons or as speculative narratives. OpenAI claim to have the same values and red lines, yet they struck a deal. Anthropic's argument is that the law hasn't got to AI, and that's why I find this story really interesting. It's not just about companies standing up for their values or being bullied by governments. I think the most interesting point that Anthropic's CEO made was about the slowness of law and Congress and the inability to catch up where the technology is at today. His point is that you can't rely on what's currently lawful to the technology is getting more powerful every day. It's getting twice as powerful every few months. In fact, the only people who can make the decisions on what it is and is not capable of, and who are not interested to completely autonomously fire weapons, are the people who built it. And currently Anthropic is saying it's not capable of being able to reason for that, be reckless, and we're just not going to allow it. On the surveillance issue, I don't know if you know this, but right now, the US government can legally buy location data, browsing history, social media posts, all of it off the shelf from the tech companies. No warrant needed. That's already happened. But what AI does is just take it to a whole new level.
It can take all that scattered data and stitch it into a complete live picture of your life automatically and accumulation scheme, right? And a lot of petitioners just use it technically today, just need to schedule bill tools supercharge you now because it's enough refuse to agree to their AI being used for all lawful purposes and provide better corporate federal agencies to stop using their services for trade war and supply chain risk. OpenAI quickly secured what seems to be a very similar deal. But really, the difference is that OpenAI need to be for purposes, language that Anthropic's simply used in their contract. OpenAI then layered on their own protections separately to flounder quite repealing AI models. When the prompt web revealed got to use the cloud-based version hosted and run by OpenAI to keep their own safety system built in to the Pentagon can't override. Plus, OpenAI engineers physically stationed at the Pentagon to keep an eye on things. It sounds great on some principles, but it's a totally different approach. Anthropic wants the protections written into the contract, whereas OpenAI wasn't intended to set up the existing law to override lines that could cause obvious problems, as law changes, or if the 10% changes or the administration approach changes, what falls into the all lawful purposes also change. What ends up there, I managed to try and why are people moving from ChatGPT to explain? So Anthropic
Sup? All right, it'll cost us, but I have plenty of friends with extra chemicals laying around.
OpenAI claims to have the same values and red lines that they strongly need. Anthropic's argument or has been built on AI, and that's why I find this story really interesting. It's not just about companies standing for their values or being run by governments. I think the most interesting point that Anthropic's CEO made was about the slowness of law, but commonness.